Everton 5, West Brom 2. Shaka Hislop joining me to look back on this game today in the Premier League. It looks as though Everton mean business under Carlo Ancelotti, Shaka. He seems to have brought some joy back to Goodison Park.
They do. And listen, a convincing victory against West Brom, a team that I think will be fighting relegation more so than even pushing for mid-table mediocrity. But I thought West Brom made a fist of it to start with. I still have a few questions about Everton, but what you see from them going forward, I think is thrilling. And Ancelotti certainly has them playing good football and going in the right direction.
James Rodriguez seems to have adapted very quickly to life in the Premier League. There were the doubters, but he's answering the critics, isn't he?
Absolutely. And listen, you understand the concern, James Rodriguez coming in, given what we've seen or not seen of him, more to the point, in his Real Madrid, and then at Bayern Munich, and you wondered how he'd fit in. But Ancelotti's certainly getting the best of him. One thing that's absolutely for certain is James Rodriguez is the star of this team. And he's prepared to carry that load on his own shoulders. He's prepared to be the outball whenever Everton find themselves in trouble or need somebody to go to. He's prepared to lead on the park. And that's what Everton have needed for some time. And Ancelotti has found in James Rodriguez. And he's responded. He's enjoying this responsibility, a responsibility that he hasn't had since he left Monaco.
He set up an amazing goal today. Well, the ball was more amazing than the goal for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but it was 3 goals for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a hat-trick for him. It's the first hat-trick an Everton player has scored since 2017 when Wayne Rooney did it. But as a goalkeeper, they were typical poachers' goals today from Calvert-Lewin, weren't they?
They were, but then that's what you want from your striker. You know, back heel and a back header almost that came off, and then a tap-in. That's what you want. When you've got Richarlison and James Rodriguez and the supporting cast that Everton have going forward, you want somebody who has that instinct to be in the right place at the right time. And Calvert-Lewin showed exactly that today. That's what you want out of a striker when you have the supporting cast that I just mentioned, and they contribute in the ways that we saw today. Not just James Rodriguez's pass, but it's finished from the top of the box. What we saw from him last weekend as well. This is everything that Everton want to see their team doing early on, and hope that they can continue with it.
And tempers flared at half-time. You probably saw Slaven Bilic on the pitch chasing after referee Mike Dean. He was very upset. What did you make of the whole situation?
I'm not sure why Bilic was upset. It was a red card. It was a rather ridiculous red card. I thought the referee was a little bit quick to show Slaven Bilic the red card himself. But the big question or the spark to this was the Kieran Gibbs red card, which, I mean, it was so silly coming from a player as experienced as Gibbs is. Rodriguez bumps into him and he has a moment to think about it and then puts hands to face. That's going to be a red card regardless. And given what you've seen from West Brom, as I mentioned, I thought they started very well. Probably themselves a little bit unlucky to be going into the break at that point down. And right on the back of James Rodriguez's own goal. You want to go into the dressing room at halftime, talking about what went right and the couple of incidents that went wrong, and in an effort to fix that. And then all of a sudden, Kieran Gibbs does what he does, and that's taken away from Slaven Bilic, whether he's in the dressing room at halftime or not. It changes everything about the game. And if West Brom are to stand a chance of staying up, and as much as we can talk about the goals that they've conceded against Leicester and now against Everton, it is about those small moments that change games that they have to be better at managing. I expected better from Kieran Gibbs, and if West Brom are to survive, they have to get better from everybody else on the park as well.
Well, Shaka mentioned those goals. That's 8 goals in 2 games, in the opening 2 games for West Brom that they've conceded. It's back-to-back losses. It looks like it could be a long season ahead for Bilic's men, but things are looking good for Everton right now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.